sa kaayuhan ug kamatuoran. Kredibilidad maoy gibarugan.
Ang bagong yugto ng ating himpilan, ang Sunshine Radio, ay SMNI Radio na. Patuloy kaming magbibigay ng mga balita, impormasyon, serbisyo at inspirasyon para sa Diyos at sa Pilipinas nating mahal. Ang SMNI Radio ay magsisilbing totoong boses ng bayan at maaasahan sa panahon ng pangangailangan. Handa ang SMNI Radio na maging kasama sa bawat yugto ng buhay ng mga Pilipino. Inyong maaasahan na patuloy na magsusulong ang SMNI Radio ng pagbabago at pag-unlad. Asahan ang mas pinaigting at mas pinagandang mga programa na ihahatid ng SMNI Radio. Hindi rin mawawala ang mga programang magbibigay inspirasyon at pananampalataya natin sa makapangyarihang Ama sa pamamagitan ng kanyang hinirang na anak, Pastor Apollo C. Quiboloy. Tuloy-tuloy sa pagkikinig at panonood dahil sa SMNI Radio, araw-araw kami magsisilbi sa inyo. Maraming salamat sa inyong patuloy na pagtitiwala.
Serbisyong kapartner ng bayan. Kapartner ng bayan. Ania ang tulumanong mo paila sa lain-laing ahensya, organisasyon, personalidad o individual nga andamugahin sa ilang serbisyong kapartner ng bayan. Atong sayron ang mataglaka nga nabuhat na ug angay pangbuhaton alang sa ikauswag sa matag komunidad ug sa nasud sa kinatibuk-an. Serbisyong kapartner ng bayan. Aniya na ang atong kapartner nga makauban karon.
Good afternoon mga kapartners. Welcome sa atong programang Serbisyong Kapartner ng Bayan og is another productive episode na pod no sa ato ang programa no og syempre karong hapuna mga partners atong madunggan ato na pong i-share sa inyo mga partners another na pod ni mga information nga mahibal-an nato kay ning bisita si Senator JB Ejercito diri sa Cebu mga partners aron mohatag og good news no sa ato atanan sa mga Sugboanon labi na kini ato ang mga hospitals diri sa Cebu mga partners nga diin adunay siya dakong budget no nga i-allocate this year. I think next year pa ni siya no kay for budget deliberation kay siya man ang chairman no sa Committee on Finance sa Senado mga partners karon og iyahag yun ning gipahugdan no nga hatagan niyag pondo ang Cebu mga partners particular kini mga hospitals ang una-una diha ang Vicente Soto Memorial Medical Center mga partners no makadawat kini og 100 million pesos next year for the next budget mga partners. Ikaduha ang of course dugay na kaini no na kahumanan nga Cebu City Medical Center butangan po ning budget no sa ato ang senador ang Minglanilla Hospital at the same time ang Danao City District Hospital another 100 million each mga ka-partners. So for other details kay nag-mention po siya sa other concern nato diri sa Cebu kining traffic lagi no nga walay katapusan ang baha usa pa no nga mga problema nato diri iya po ning nahisgutan og nahatagan po niya mga komentaryo mga partners no saan si angin buhaton ug unsa po'y matabang sa atong senador mga partners diri sa Sugbo. Paminaw na to mga partners ang gipagayong press conference ni Senator JB Ejercito.
As a follow-up of our earlier visit about the healthcare program. Now that we are nearing the budget season, we discuss further yung details no, on which facilities she would want to have funded no? Because now as the chairman of Finance Committee, of course, I will have the first crack kumbaga sa budget, no? And that's the time that yung pet programs natin, of course, will be given priority, no? And this time I will give, of course, yung universal healthcare being the principal sponsor, and after of this measure, priority, pa-prioritize natin yan. We will make sure that the subsidy of PhilHealth will not be hijacked. Instead, it will be um, will be supplemented. No, we would want to add more so that more beneficiaries will be reached. Especially lalo na with the crisis we are now go. Dami nating crisis, fuel crisis, meron tayong political crisis, lahat na. Inflation. It's not only the lowest of the, it's not only the poorest of the poor, even the middle class is already affected. So I would want even the middle class, pag na hospital bills nila, that PhilHealth's participation will be much bigger. Na hindi na yung anywhere from 5% to 19%. Dapat i-increase natin 30%, kung pwede 40%, sometimes covered. Well and good. We will increase also yung zero balance billing, no? Yung for the PWDs, senior citizens, indigents in DOH hospitals na para magtuloy yung if they get hospitalized in DOH hospitals, no need to pay anything, zero balance billing, which happened last year. So we will continue increase the budget for zero balance billing and other packages. So, and I told Governor Pambari Cuatro that since the yung Apex hospitals, no, yung mga specialty hospitals like in this instance sa Cebu, yung V. Soto Medical Center is identified as specialty center. Ano na yan? Very much funded, well-funded yan, no? But you can do already open heart surgery, kidney transplant, and so on. So goes on with other strategic hospitals all over the country. So, ang second phase ko ay may program is to improve the primary and secondary facilities, no, provincial hospitals and local hospitals. Ngayon naman Cebu, yung pupuntahan namin with Mayor Archibald naman, yung Cebu City Medical Center na more than 10 years na raw in the making. So, yung kay Gov. Pambari Cuatro is sa Danao, the facility has been there for so long, hindi rin ma-complete. So, yun yung mga na-identify natin and one more in the north and one north and one south. Sabi ko initially, we'll try to give 100 billion each para gumanda yung healthcare system natin, no? Yung service delivery network in Cebu. So we discussed earlier with Gov. Pambari Cuatro yesterday, quickly, kasi I'm so happy with her kasi centerpiece niya is really healthcare. So nag-jive. So yung mga provinces which prioritize healthcare like sila Governor Helen Tan, sila Gov. Sol Aragones, like Gov. Pambari Cuatro, we are now collaborating to improve the healthcare system. So we discussed further. Sabi ko, marapit na yung budget season. We will start August 27, 28. I wanted to get I will make it an amendment in the open, no, plenary para matulungan natin. Kasi yung program ko, tertiary hospital, well funded already, improve that provincial and local hospital. Kaya yung Cebu Medical, I will also visit with the Mayor Archibald this morning. So hopefully, itong last 2 years ko in my second term here in the Senate, we will now be able to prioritize yung universal healthcare implementation. And that was my promise when I ran in 2022 as an independent. No, I ran as independent. Wala ako sa unit team. Ang promise ko is to really fully implement universal healthcare. And probably, ito na yun. No? Parang I was given the opportunity. Hopefully, the next 2 years I'll be handling the finance. Talaga ma-realize na natin full implementation of UHC in 2 years' time. Diba? Na ano na yan, it's a work in progress. Pero improvement naman is there already. Kita naman na natin. So, hopefully, I don't know if I'll still run again or I'll make it again to the next term. But, siyempre, pag may opportunity ka, sana, I'm hoping that it will be realized kasi promise natin yan. No? I don't owe my victory to anybody but to the Filipino people who supported me kasi wala tumulong sa akin. I mean, I was independent. So, ano ko naman yon ay sana I'll be able to return the favor na matulungan ko yung those who believe in me in 2022 kahit na independent ako. So at least maibalik ko naman through the universal healthcare implementation. So that's the reason I'm here. Next will be siguro, we can talk about the budget. Being the Chairman Committee of Finance, we can be rest assured that we will be continue the reforms for the budget hearings, no? August 27 na, we just received the National Expenditure Program last week. Because of the flood control scandal, the biggest corruption scandal in the history of our country, government, people were outraged, galit ang tao, no? Hindi mo masisi kay makita mo ba naman yung one table of full of na punong-puno ng pera, no? Papunta lang sa bulsa ng iilan, ng legislator, ng proponent, ng DPWH, di ba? So because of that, knee-jerk reaction, nag-tighten, nag-safeguards, nagigpit sobra, no? There were reforms instituted last year during the budget hearings led by then Senator Gatchalian. Open na ang budget, no? Wala nang BICAM secret, no more small BICAM. So we will continue that, open BICAM, transparency, we will practice transparency. We will involve civil service or civil society organization, academe, and everybody, all stakeholders. We encourage their participation. They can observe, they can participate. We will have a day or two with them, no? Para kung yung mga ano nila. Also, I will not allow any more last-minute insertions of amendments during BICAM. Kasi doon nagkakaroon ng magic eh, di ba? Biglang nagsisingitan doon. Yung mga flood control na ganyan, yung mga ghost project, may kita ba naman? For example, 2 billion yung district, nagiging biglang 16 billion pagtapos ng BICAM. So, dapat yung red flag na. That will not happen anymore. I assure you. So, there will be no more small committee this time. Wala na yung two heads ng appropriations and finance. It will be open. So, we have to regain back the trust of the Filipino people to Congress having the power of the purse. It's our project. Hindi lahat ng amendment masama. Not all amendments or insertions are bad. There are good. Kaya nga tayo may hearings eh. We scrutinize the budget. If we see that it's lacking, we need to supplement, we add. Pag sobra, bawasan, dagdag sa iba. So, ganun yon. We will scrutinize. So, again, I will allow amendment but in open plenary. So, for example, nandito ako sa far-flung, sa pang-mayors, di ba? Far-flung area, they visit me in the Senate asking for help for their RHU or even their hospital or si governor, kulang ng CT scan, whatever, equipment, and I see the need. Siyempre, pag kailangan, it will help, it benefit the people of Cebu, why not, di ba? I'll make the amendment, I'll introduce it, but in open plenary with the knowledge of everybody. So wala na yung secret, di ba? So ayun. Again, hopefully this will be a very big task for me being the Chairman Committee on Finance. Probably the biggest responsibility I will ever have as a lawmaker or even as a government official. Very challenging because of the impeachment hearings ongoing. May plenary pa kami, no? We're very exhausted. Then budget season. I don't know how we will really fit in, but Thursday and Friday, even Saturday, we might have to work. Kasi dati buong linggo yan pag budget eh. But now, I only have 2 days to schedule. So this will be a very tough challenge, but since Senator Gatchalian, our Senate President, said that being former finance chair, it's a position of trust. So mahirap daw talagang ibigay na lang basta-basta, no? Sabi niya, bro, sabi ko, I have to be honest, sabi ko, bro, Ayoko ng number. Sabi ko, hindi kaya nga ako hindi nag-accounting, nag-ano, di ba? Sabi, hindi bro, it's a position of trust more than anything. Mahirap maibigay sa iba yan. It's dangerous. Maraming pwedeng gawin. Maraming pwedeng itago kung hindi maayos. So, and everybody concurred, even members of the, all members, most members. Ang gusto ko sana, I was supposed to be majority leader kahit nung kay Senator Alan Cayetano. Kay Senwin Gatchalian, I was supposed to be majority leader, but they decided to give me the finance because of the issues, kailangan ma-regain yung trust. So, syempre, being given that trust is very of course I'll just accept the challenge, no? Being bestowed upon the trust by the colleagues. So yun, now I'm the chairman committee of finance, so I have the chance to improve the universal healthcare implementation, of course transport, yung advocacy ko, no, yung railway system for Mindanao, yun yung ano ko yesterday. Happy ako with the mayors because they gave me the resolution of support to pursue Mindanao railway system. Luzon, hopefully, dito sa Cebu, yung whether it's LRT or BRT, whatever, we support kasi I have seen Cebu from its Cebu days in 1990s, no? Yung Cebu pa lang, starting pa lang. And I see how rapid urbanization na ngayon naman, too much problem, traffic, garbage, everything. So, rapid urbanization and flooding. Tapos mukhang meron din natin nag-investigate yata si Ombudsman, it will not happen anymore, no? I will allow flood control projects, pero those that have been started. Kasi why? Kasi alam ka namang we always cry na lang about flood control. Paano naman yung mga na-start na may mga gaps? So, tubig yan, water yan, we'll find a crack or somewhere. Kaya magpa-flooding pa rin. That's why flooding is still very much present in Cebu and even in Metro Manila, no? In Central Luzon. So, my instruction, because you have to accelerate economic growth also kasi nag-slow down talaga because of the flood control scandal. From 7% yung GDP natin, naging 5%, now it's 2%. Just imagine, kaya nga lahat tayo, we can feel it already. And it's not only the poorest of the poor, even the middle class is feeling it. So, by instruction, although we are for accountability, kailangan natin parusahan yung mga talagang those who are guilty of those involved in the flood control scandal and the ghost projects. But we need to accelerate growth. Our economy depends so much on public spending. Naging masyado now, third quarter na, very slow pa. So, I'm encouraging acceleration para yung economy ng kasya. We need to feed our people. Hindi naman tayo pwedeng umiyak na flood control, galit na galit tayo, but we have to feed our people, di ba? Ito yung accelerator for growth natin. This is the multiplier effect. What will we give our laborers, our workers, our construction workers? Lahat ng konektado sa mga sa construction industry. This is the best multiplier effect. So we have to strike a balance between accountability and yung ating public spending for economic growth. So yun ang instruction. Lahat ng flood control scandal, as long as continuation, we close the gaps para masara na, para maging effective. But no new construction. We finish the gap first. Mga gaps para masara muna, para it can be effective in flood control. Okay? So sige, we can start already. So reforms will continue, but we need to strike a balance. Accountability will continue, reforms will continue, but of course, we have to accelerate growth so that the people can benefit yung economic growth natin. Kailangan naman, may mapakain tayo sa ating mga kababayan. Okay? I do not believe in always depending on ayuda. Gusto ko sustainable. In the long term, we need to invest in infrastructure to accelerate growth, spread the development, trabaho at hanap buhay in the long run. Thank you. Sige, we can start.
Good morning, Rowena from DYR. Sir, may binibigay na ba si GovPam na budget kung ilan yung hihingi niya sa
I'm asking for her to already yung estimate to complete yung Danao kasi meron ng structure eh. We just need to finish yung finishing tsaka yung mga equipment needed. Initially, sabi ko, I'll commit 100 million at least, no? Just for that to complete yung facility.
For Danao lang, sir.
For total sana muna, pero but I will try to do my best kung depends on the fiscal space natin kasi talagang tight kayo because of the very slow spending. Kung pag allow kung kaya, I'll try to get 100 each para may north, may south. Meron pa tayong Cebu Medical, no, na sa city para lahat. Meron tayo sa city, primary, provincial, and then Bisoto. So, pag natapos natin yung 2 years, that will be a very good service delivery network for medical needs of Cebuanos.
So initially 100 million
Initially 100 million ang
for
commitment.
Danao Hospital.
Or sabi ko, it's her choice yung kung ano yung priority pero I saw kasi I visited eh. So sabi ko nandun na yun eh. So I think I would want to complete yung Danao sana and then pag may sobra Milanilla or there's another one sa Karkar, no? Basta one in the north, one in the south, then sa city. Para maganda yung network natin. Also, hindi congest Bisoto kasi lahat goes to Bisoto eh. Kailangan improve natin yung provincial, improve natin yung city hospital para yung mga kayang cases to be treated, di ba? Para yung mga complicated, dun lang tayo mag-Bisoto, di ba? So, we decongest, we improve the provincial and the city hospitals.
So, Senator, yung 100 million na sinasabi niyo, for Danao muna yun.
Her choice, pero I would want to complete that. Yung Danao muna. Kasi nandun na yung structure eh.
So ideally, Senator, 100 each.
I will, if not, if ideally, kung kaya, we'll try to give 100 each. One in North and South, siguro and also Cebu Medical.
So bali 400 million.
We'll try. Hindi naman. We'll try. I cannot tell kung magkano yung fiscal space and then magkano rin yung demands in all other provinces. We have to balance. Mahina ako sa counting pero we'll do our best. At least ako practical. I go. Hindi ako swing. Not as much, pero being a former mayor, I think practical eh. Kung ano yung kailangan talaga. I know the needs. I know the needs and what would work and not.
Sir, in the past, sir, nakabigay ka na rin ng mga assistance sa mga Cebu hospitals.
Actually, I did before, no? Kaya panahon pa ni Gov. Jude David yun eh. I remember downloading 50 million but naabutan ng transition. So, I don't know if it was implemented na kay Gov. Gwen na but I knew that he asked for 50 million before for the provincial hospitals and other 30 million. That was long time ago. I have that check on monitor. Pero yung Bisoto Medical Center, being the chairman committee here for a long time, I've been funding it. I've been the one improving it. Kaya nga specialty center na siya ngayon. You can do open heart surgery. You can do open heart surgery. You can do a lot of kidney transplant.
Kidney transplant.
Yes, because we funded that through the years, no? Nung nag-chairman ako Committee on Health, few years ago, every budget hearings, yung mga specialty centers identified, I've been defending it and funding it. So sa Bisoto, matagal na natin pinupondohan yan. That's why it's now how it is, a good specialty center. So next naman natin yung provincial hospitals in the city.
Sa Cebu City Medical Center naman po, Senator, no? May initial talking sa with Mayor.
We initially talked. He went to Manila to see me to discuss about this, asking for help. What can I do? Sabi ko, ako kasi program ko is healthcare. So, sabi niya tama because I want to, because yun nga, kinuwento niya yung dilemma about Cebu na 10 years in the making na yata. So many administrations. So we'll take a look at it. Sabi ko, dapat mag-call ako sa kanya sabi ko, I want to visit Cebu Medical para I can see for myself. Kasi ganun ako eh. When I defend something, that's my advantage. When a motorcycle, I go around, I visit a lot of places. So I get to visit na. I see it with my own two eyes, na hindi yung I rely on reports of DOH director, regional director, like that. Nakikita ko eh. So, I will be able to justify all of these things come budget season because I saw it for myself.
Senator, regarding po dun sa newly appointed na Secretary for DOH and dun po sa PhilHealth.
I'm very happy with that. No? Very good thing. Siguro, siguro talagang ano na ng tadhana, no? Na I'm very happy with the appointment of Dr. Ed Mercado as Secretary of Health because he has been instrumental yung zero balance billing, increasing the benefits of PhilHealth, no? Siyempre, ano ko yan, pet program ko yan, being the sponsor of Universal Healthcare. So, when he was PhilHealth head, ang daming improvements in PhilHealth. And he's very easy to talk to. Very down to earth, very listens. So, I'm very happy with this appointment. But with Dr. Beverly Ho, I'm even happier because she was with us when I was drafting the Universal Healthcare Law. When she was director pa lang yata or ASEC before, long time before she left government, she went back. She was part of the Universal Healthcare Laws drafting, si Dr. Beverly Ho. So, this is a very good team. Secretary Mercado, Dr. Beverly Ho, and myself there, sila Sen Risa, Sen Pia, mga health advocates yan, no? So, we will all help one another. I'm very excited to work with them. Tapos, dito pa sa Cebu, si Gov Pambari 4, very much for healthcare. Si Mayor Archibald. So, hopefully, this is good news for Cebu. Pero rest assured, we will do our best to have a very good service delivery network for Cebu. Magandang very good news. I'm very excited to work with DOH Secretary Ed Mercado and PhilHealth head, Dr. Beverly Ho.
Sir, what reforms can we expect with the new health secretary and PhilHealth leadership?
You can be rest assured that yung full implementation, kasi it's a 10-year program, nasa 7th year na tayo. Matagal talaga, no? But slowly but surely, PhilHealth is now yung universal healthcare is now being felt. May zero balance billing na. And ang target namin is really to increase yung participation kasi ang middle class na, kawawa ang affected eh. The direct contributors, no? Na, for example, 100,000 ng hospital bills, mahal na rin lahat ngayon eh. Minsan, PhilHealth, 5,000, 8,000. Now, we would want to increase that, yung participation. Na kung at least 30,000 man na yan, 40, di ba parang, uy, you feel it na, uy, andyan yung PhilHealth. Di ba? Or even 50% or even more. Ang target natin is to lower the out-of-pocket expense of every Filipino for medical expenses. So, that's why I will increase subsidy for PhilHealth, be rest assured, and for zero balance billing. So, I'm excited to work with Dr. Mercado, Secretary Mercado, and Dr. Beverly Ho of PhilHealth.
Senator JB, follow-up lang, related eh. No? Senator JB, yung sinasabi natin implementation ng yakap sa PhilHealth yan. Mukhang, meron pa tayong mga safeguard, Senator? Kasi maraming feedback sa amin na may mga politiko, dahil wala na yung flood control, pumapasok sa mga private clinics.
Well, ay nakalungkot because of the guarantee letter, marami nagtitake advantage ngayon. No? Sorry po but doctors, professional fees, hospitals, medicine, lahat tumaas. Pag may maipip ngayon, meron tayong medical assistance. Yung 5 million, 10 million, dati goes a long way. Ang dami natutulungan. Ngayon, konti na lang. Medical yung mga bilis. Dati magkano 5,000, 20,000. Ngayon, lagi 6 digits na. So, I would want to look into that, monitor, make an appeal first to the hospitals and to the doctors. Huwag naman tayo mag-take advantage sa guarantee letters. No? Na just because may guarantee letter tayo, dinodoble natin yung mga fees natin. Di ba? Di ba? Huwag naman ganun. No? That was not the intent. The intent is for more people to benefit. Hindi for more of you to benefit, some of you to benefit. For more people to benefit. Wag naman, no? let us help each other na let's have a healthy nation, no? Tulungan natin, wag naman yung, okay, nandiyan yung opportunity to earn, but, wag naman masyado. Huwag tayo mahahawa doon sa mga nagnanako sa flood control. Lahat na lang tayo nagtitake advantage, di ba? Let's have some sense of nationalism and patriotism naman, di ba?
Pero sir, yung mga doctor, sir, pag na-admit ka, they don't accept guarantee letter or yung sa PhilHealth deduction.
Some do. Well, I do not know, but most, it's up to them.
They don't, sa PhilHealth.
Meron naman po, ma'am, kaya nga nagtitake advantage yung iba, doble-doble kasi nga, yung mga nag-ooperate na naman dahil libre na. They earn as 15,000 per cataract operation. Kaya, naku, nakakasampu per day. Imagine, they earn like 150, 200,000 a day. Oh, so, may nagtitake advantage din, ma'am. That's what I'm appealing for the doctors in hospitals, that may guarantee letter is for everyone to benefit. No, wag naman natin i-take advantage, di ba? Kaya nga meron pang guarantee letter. Kaya nga, I want to phase it out slowly, direkte na sa universal healthcare, that sagot na ng PhilHealth lahat. Pero ano naman, yung tamang lang charges and fees. Wag naman di ba? I have interview Doris Bigoria now. Pwede okay lang ongoing kasi same naman. I'll get back to you. Wait lang. Earphone. And then, siguro tatanong niya about the budget. So we can reiterate, I think we have discussed.
As chairman of the finance committee, do we have, what security measures do we have in the drafting of the budget na hindi maulit ng 2025 na?
Well, sabi ko nga, transparency. We'll practice transparency. Open ang budget, no more secret bycam, no more small committee. Everybody is now a lot were satisfied last year with Senator Gatchalian as chairman of finance committee. Kasi nga inopen niya yung budget with everyone. All information are accessible. Ngayon this early, I will not accept last minute insertions or amendments. I will accept again amendments during plenary. Do it in open. Kung may tutulungan akong Cebu Hospital, I'll make it in the open. Di ba? Meron akong bibiling supply, anything, project dito, I'll just do it in the open para everybody knows. Wala nang secret.
Walang closed door po.
Wala na. Sige, ano pa?
Sa Intel funds po, sa confidential funds sa Senator JB, anong medyo malaki-laki daw, how controversial din ang mga Intel at saka confidential funds. Anong tingin natin po sa proposed sa 2027?
Well, we will give confidential intel funds. That's necessary for law enforcement agencies, lalo na sa mga those connected with national security, DND, AFP, PNP, and of course some to the extent some investigative, DOJ, NBI, So we will limit it to those agencies. Kailangan yan
Ang OP.
OP, of course, being the commander-in-chief. Kailangan din ng intel funds sa OP kasi commander-in-chief ang ang ating Pangulo.
So going back to the budget, there will be no closed door meetings for na magaganap. When you say it's open, it will be open.
Yes, there is no more, again, reiterate, there is no more small committee. Wala na yung small committee. Open ang budget. Kaya nga ang haba ng BICAM last year, usually it's half day lang. Signing lang, ministerial. Pero last year, took almost 1 week. Siyempre, House likes this, ang Senate ayaw, no? So, at least open ang BICAM ngayon. So, that's why, hindi na siya ministerial. Talaga BICAM na to. Yung mga disagreeing portions, marami. Ibang gusto ng senador, ibang gusto ng congressman Mas more parochial, understandable, siyempre ang Senate, more on national talaga. Kaya, for example, gusto lang bawasan lagi ang national defense, modernization. Every year yan, binabawasan. Pero kami naman nagdadagdag because we see the need for it. Diba? Ako lalo na, consistent ako sa ginagawa against the bullying of China in West Philippine Sea. I proposed the biggest budget ever last year sa AFP modernization. It was approved by Senator Gatchalian kasi sa flood control, dinala doon. Ito na yung si Doris lang kasi ano ko and then I will call you. You can at least marireiterate.
Alright, mga partners, no? Doon na to ang mga mensahe.
We'll get back.
Statement ni Senator JV Hercito may tungod sa maayong balita, no? Ato nadunggan mga partners coming from him nga hatagan niya 400 million pesos ang atong mga hospital, no? Gi-mention niya ganina ang Vicente Soto Memorial Medical Center, another 100,000 pesos, 100 million pesos sa Cebu City Medical Center, 100 million pesos for Minglanilla Hospital, another 100 million pesos for Danao City District Hospital, mga partners. I'm pretty sure, dako kining matawang sa atong mga hospital, ang atong healthcare, mga partners. In fact, no, iyang gi-appreciate kining si Cebu Governor Pamela Barre 4 kay tungod kay isa sa mga priority, no, ni GovPam ang health sector sa mga Cebuanon, no, makatabang ginig dako, no, kining pondo nga gi-allocate karon ni Senator JV Hercito para ma-improve, no, ang atong mga health facilities, at the same time maserbisyon og tarong ang atong mga kaigsoon ng Cebuanon, mga partners. So good news, salamat kay Senator Sen, no, og daghan patinudungan sa iya ganina, mga partners. Og salamat kayo. Og diri na tapos ang atong programang Serbisyong Kapartner ng Bayan. Salamat sa inyong pag-uban diri sa atong programa. Kinahigala ka partner Jim Ray Viosa. Salamat kayo. Until next episode, ang Diyos manalangin kalatong tanan. Alright.
Maukadto ang tulumanong Serbisyong Kapartner ng Bayan. Ubani kami ninyo sa sunod na higayon, matag Lunes hangtod Biyernes sa susamang oras, 1:00 hangtod 2:00 hapon. Dinhi lamang sa DYAR 765 SMNA Radio Cebu.